fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am once again live on this early morning traveling day for me. I got to travel back to my casa, and let's talk some boxing in the meantime. Like I told you guys, I will be doing a road trip. Had an awesome live yesterday. Let's make this one just the same, but earlier, if that's possible, right? So, let's start off, first of all, Soul Live, Counterpunch to you. Let's hit that like button as you come through, hitting with those bars early morning. It's 9:15 Central where I'm at, so give you guys an idea of what time frame that I'm in. So, Marlon Thornell, good morning, Kurt. Safe travels. Absolutely, absolutely. I got some pretty good sleep. Bill coming in. Good afternoon. Damn, it is afternoon where you at, huh? Damn, like 3 o'clock, huh? Maybe, right? Carl Young, Counterpunch to you, bro. Come one, come all. Damn, 3 p.m. in the UK. Absolutely. Avila, Counterpunch to you. Lee Foster in the building. Man, I'm actually headed to Waco to get one of the best burgers on this side of the Mississippi. And I don't know, I'm looking for Carlos's new spot because he used to work there, member since way back when. Hope you're good, brother. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Just had like a business deal that fell through actually, but actually that's is probably better. You know how certain things are. Salute Kurt in the chat. Bobby Collins, I see that son. I see your son. Yeah, man. Loving it already. That's cool, man. That's how I grew up, man. Me and my dad, my uncle, my cousin, a lot of people boxed in the family, so I was familiar with boxing anyway. Heard the stories, of them in the ring, the things that went down in the ring, N.A. He glossed me. CPB Nation, what up? Marcel D. Avila, mate, the Fury Chisora is going to be UK's biggest flop in years. No roof. It's cold in the UK at the moment. Oh, man. I didn't even think about that. It is cold there, huh? Well, believe it or not, it's actually beautiful today. I mean, it has some. What could mess it up would be the rain, and then when the rain, of course, the wind brings in the rain, and then the rain will cool the earth and it'll get cold. But it's like, let me see, because I'm in Austin. What's the degrees in Austin right now? Okay. I guess I have to type it in, which is stupid. Yeah, it's 71 degrees here. No love for Hong Kong, bro. Damn. Hey, much love for Hong Kong. What do you mean? 30,000 tops in stadium. Loads tickets on Ticketmaster level. Well, I thought they already sold 50,000 though. I mean, that's the word around the campfire, that they've already sold 50,000. So, I haven't looked it up myself to see, But you know what I'm thinking? I'm guessing that, like, hey, pick Chisora. It should be successful because Chisora gave Dillian White 2 good fights, 23 rounds of mayhem, of war, and he's a local. He's a British fighter. So if we broke numbers with Dillian White, okay, imagine what we can do, or maybe around the same thing for Derek Chisora, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Carl Young, I looked it up, man. I should have just let you guys call it out for me. Kurt, it's 7 above where I am in the UK. What does 7 above mean? That means like, is 0 the freezing point, right? So 0's like 72. I'm taking it. Because I mean, we don't do the Celsius over here. Exactly, Lee. There's loads of blue left in the stadium. Well, now it makes sense on why Tyson Fury was pissed off at True Geordie, right? Did I say that right? True Geordie? Or is it True Gordy? It's True Geordie, right? Because he didn't like the idea of True Geordie criticizing his next opponent, because he's still trying to sell this damn fight. Maybe not. So we have but nonetheless, though, it should still be entertaining. So I look forward to it, because I know Derek Chisora is going to give it his all. And then really, I think it's up to how Tyson Fury fights him. Tyson Fury, if you notice, he didn't fight Dillian White like he fought Deontay Wilder, because he knew Dillian White had different skills. He had a different set of, his attack was different. See, Dillian White could throw uppercuts on the inside. He has a chopping left hook. And Tyson knew, I don't want to get hit with that shit, because he sparred with him too much. He's done enough sparring with Dillian White to know, you know what, I don't want to get hit with his left hook. And if Dillian White did drop him, well, that's even more reason not to get hit with the left hook with different gloves and no headgear, right? So he fought him like he fought Wilder the first fight. Just better condition, because Tyson looked really well against Dillian White. But the speed was just, whoa, it was crazy. There's going to be a lot of drama and name dropping to try to sell out. Well, I mean, that's already been. You notice Tyson Fury's talked nothing but AJ the whole time. People are getting tired of AJ at this point. Like, tired of people saying his name, because he doesn't even have a return date yet. Honestly, I wished he would have just fought a tune-up fight or something. I mean, just to keep his name relevant, because if you guys notice, views don't lie, because views represent interest. You guys knew if something came about Anthony Joshua, it's, thousands of views instantly. Now I notice, I do a video on AJ, it's mediocre. It's like 5 to 8,000 views. And that just lets you know, like, okay, well, people are really not really interested in AJ unless he's fighting. And I think once people found out that AJ's not fighting this year, they're like, okay, who gives a shit? Who cares? We just ain't fussing for it. More World Cup on. All right. Mismatching close. Christmas people not spending spare cash on this one. I got you. If Chisora wins, damn it. If Chisora wins, I'll buy his next fight 10 times. If it wasn't for Fury, everyone would have forgot about AJ. Kurt, did you know Tyson's mom is in the hospital? Tyson Fury's mom? Damn, hate to hear that. Fury Wally 2 would have done better. Fury Wally 2. Yeah, that would have done better, actually. I would have really wished that Tyson Fury would have fought Otto Wallin first, then fought Otto Wallin again. I think that would have been better, because had Otto Wallin did to Tyson Fury in their first fight, the fight that he fought Tom Schwartz, the little where was he? I don't know where Schwartz was. What is he? German model? He looked like a little German model and shit. And I was like, dude, this is like a cover boy. This ain't a fight at all. They all taking selfies together and shit. I'm like, what is this? But I think that's some of the mind games of Tyson, though. Tyson has you, you know, has you thinking everything's honky-dory to come in and beat the shit out of you. Just Kurt England's in the middle of the World Cup. Football trumps everything. Damn. Derek, who wins? Jermaine Franklin versus Derek Chisora. I think you asked that yesterday. I don't know, because that's a different style. You know, probably Jermaine Franklin, because Derek Chisora, he gets hit a lot, and a lot of times he's getting hit because he's constantly trying to throw punches. A lot of times, if you notice, like when he fought Dillian White on this rematch, he got caught with a left hook because he was throwing his own. It's just Dillian White's landed better. Wally cut him bad. What did Del Boy do against Fury? Nothing, to be honest. We booed them out of the ring last time. Yeah, True Jordy said that, and then that pissed Tyson off, because Tyson was like, I'm trying to sell this trilogy, and you're trying to talk about how bad the last one was. So True Jordy, you get the hell out of here with that. We don't need you to talk. And then see, Tyson Fury knows that True Jordy has millions, over 1 million subscribers. That's a big podcast, bro. That's just like Joe Rogan talking about how shitty the last fight was while having a fighter on, right? Trying to sell the next one. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's gonna have something to say. That's why Tyson's like, well, what are you getting at? Well, what are you getting at? Dion W in the building. First super chat of the morning. Good morning, brother, or Broham, and everybody in the chat. Jab that like button. Absolutely. Everybody follow that cab like Dion W. Appreciate you, brother. You didn't have to, but you did. Much love. It's going to be cold at Tottenham's ground on Saturday. Damn. Kurt, Frank Sanchez versus Dillian White would be interesting. Yeah, it would. Like, if fights like that could be made, it would. You know, we've seen how hard it was for Dillian White and Ruiz. And, you know, I think Ruiz is at a point where, like, a lot, and you know what's sad, though? And it might sound wrong, but this is what I see. I see a lot of, like, the Mexican fighters. They do what they fucking want to do over there at PBC. Okay? Think about it. Andy Ruiz was able to fight Anthony Joshua. Okay? Mikey Garcia was able to fight on the zone for $7 million. Errol Spence can't fight Terrence Crawford for $25 million. You know, Deontay Wilder couldn't take $100 million or $120 million to fight on the zone. You know what I mean? So it just really makes you think, like, well, who's really missing out? You know, and it's bad to say or whatever, but I mean, the writing's on the wall. The only person that I seen that was allowed to do something that wasn't Mexican was Charles Martin. Charles Martin got, what, $8 million to fight Anthony Joshua? Fuck, I'd fight Anthony Joshua for $8 million. Fuck, I'd fight him for $6 million. Fury should be fighting someone he's never fought before. Fighting and beating the same people over and over does nothing for your resume. you can't tell me he couldn't find someone in the top 20. Carl Young, you are absolutely 100% right with that counterpunch. Listen, I've been saying that shit for the last 2 years about Tyson Fury. To the time people are, oh man, you hate Tyson. No, I just hate what Tyson's doing because it holds no relevance. Okay, what I've seen him do, I've seen him get popular and get a lot of accolades for beating the same fucking people. Now he's doing it again. Like nothing changed between this year and last year except for Dillian White, right? Dillian White has been the newest fighter that he's fought in the last 2 fucking years. Think about it. Tyson Fury hasn't fought anyone new besides Dillian White in the last, really it's the last 3. Why do I say that? You got 2002, he fought Dillian White. 2001, he fought Deontay Wilder. 2000, he fought Deontay Wilder. 2019, he fought Otto Vailene. Bars. But seriously though, man, you know, I mean, it doesn't do anything for your resume because those fighters haven't done anything else. See, let's just say Deontay Wilder. He beats Deontay Wilder in 2020. He beats him again in 2021. The significance of that fight was the resistance that Wilder had, was the resistance in the heart that Wilder showed. It wasn't that Tyson Fury, you know, was just this good. Tyson Fury already showed us that he could beat up Deontay Wilder. It was only the idiots that thought that he was cheating with the gloves and all that shit that they bought into because they were racist pieces of shit that wanted to believe that. Because they didn't want to believe that that white guy could beat that black guy. That's why they did what they did. That's why they said what they said. And they knew, and we all knew that nothing else was going on at the time because we had a pandemic in the world at the time. So people wasn't fighting, and if they were fighting in like backyard or no arenas, and it kind of sucked. But at least we did see boxing. It was kind of like it looked amateurish, really, but it was pro fights. But we got through. Do you American fans want Spence versus Crawford as much as we want Fury versus AJ? Doing my head in never seeing the best fight, the best in boxing happens too few and far between. I look at boxing as a world sport. Let's look at the belts, right? We got the WBO, World Boxing Organization. We got the WBA, World Boxing Association. We have the IBF, International Boxing Federation. Then we have the WBC, World Boxing Council. So what does that tell you? That tells you this is a world thing. This isn't just a U.S. thing. So I don't really look at U.S. fighting. I've gave up on U.S. fighting a long fucking time ago because if we were only looking at U.S. fighters, we wouldn't be getting much. Al Heyman has 80% of American fighters. And the 80% of American fighters that he has, he doesn't challenge them or makes them fight unless it's something that he feels that he can market off of. If it's not marketable, he's not going to make it happen. That's what we've been dealing with for the last 5 years. Ever since Maypac, and 2015 was 7 years ago. Ever since Maypac, you had a bunch of hungry fighters that couldn't, or they had no torch given to them. They had nothing that they could bank on. Floyd Mayweather ran off with a shitload of money and didn't fight anybody at the top, whatever. He didn't do that no more because he felt he didn't have to. And a lot of people, the Floyd lovers that love Floyd Money Mayweather so much, they agreed with it. They gave him a pass. I didn't give his ass a pass. He didn't fight Amir Khan. I ain't talking about Amir Khan now. I'm talking about Amir Khan then. He didn't fight Terrence Crawford wasn't around. Keith Thurman. He didn't fight any of those tough guys like that. He took an easy ass fight and left the sport of boxing. and then wanted to claim I never been beat. Motherfucker, you never fought anybody else to be beat. So that what that did to boxing was that killed any potential superstars in the sport. The only guy that was a superstar was Canelo, and he fought him. Cotto fought Floyd also to a very good fight. Actually, Cotto fought a better fight with Floyd than Canelo did, right? Okay, but Cotto was too old because Cotto was on his way out. I think the beating that he took from Margarito really damaged his career. He could have fought a couple more years because of cheating. Okay, great. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Because of cheating. That's why his days were cut short. When he started getting beat by Austin Trout, you know, and that was even before the Canelo fight, right? So, I mean, all in all, bro, there was no superstars. There were none because Floyd was the biggest superstar, right? And Floyd didn't allow these other fighters free passage into that stardom. So everything that Al Heyman's doing, it's not gonna fucking work. I'm telling you. You ask, where's the next superstars? There aren't any because Floyd Mayweather decided not to fight the guy that he knew that could replace him. He wasn't going to do that. He wanted to be the last fucking king of boxing. And sad to say, that's pretty much what he is. See, after Canelo, there will be no more superstars. The sport will fucking crumble. It will crumble because there's nobody that really wants to fill that void. Ryan Garcia could have been the next De La Hoya. If he beats Tank Davis, he could be. But he's probably Ryan, he's not likable enough. You know, and he's doing all this shit with all these stupid tattoos and shit. He's not likable enough. People just don't like him. Young little girls probably, but like guys don't really like him. Then you want to be Muhammad Ali, but then want to show that I have mental illness. Two of those don't go together. We let that shit pass with Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury showed you like, yo, this motherfucker's doing coke. He's drinking like a fish. He's fat as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you could buy that. But Ryan, just all of a sudden, oh man, my mental illness. Well, what the fuck? Well, you were all right last week. Then a week later, man, I'm fine. Shit. Come on, man. So no, I mean, I don't really look at boxing like American boxing like that because we haven't had any. The Klitschko's beat the shit out of all the American fighters. Then Tyson Fury had to dethrone him. Then Anthony Joshua had to retire him. Right? The heavyweight division was shit. That's why everybody looked towards all the other divisions. That's why you had Floyd and Manny and Bernard. Roy by that time, he was pretty much almost. Because see, understand, Roy was reigning in the 90s. You understand, Roy is in his 50s, bro. Roy Jones Jr. is in his 50s. He's big brother to like Floyd Mayweather. You know, and Floyd, to be honest with you guys, what Floyd did was, Floyd looked at Roy and seen his own fate. See, Roy did exactly what most fighters should have done. The only difference was Floyd should have fought someone that beat him. See, Keith Thurman would have been a superstar if Keith Thurman probably would have been allowed to fight Floyd and beat Floyd. Because Floyd still had reflexes. Floyd still had boxing ability. Floyd is a fucking alien. But he never proved that he was like a Bernard Hopkins because he didn't want to do what Bernard Hopkins was willing to do. But that made sense to anybody. Kurt, why Fury for Chisora? Who cares fight? No deadlines, but the Joshua fight, we all wanted the deadline. Well, I mean, that's Ricky. There you go. You know that. You can see that. You can read that with your eyes closed. Oh, there's deadlines for Joshua, but not for fucking old Chisora that you've already beat twice, but you give him all the time he needs? Come on, man. Everybody knows better than that. Everybody knows Tyson Fury either didn't want to really fight Anthony Joshua, and he was going to fight Chisora anyway, or he thought to himself, this fight is going to be harder to make, so let me fight somebody else. But understand, it was all up to Tyson Fury to do exactly what he wanted to do. You know? That's what I feel about that. Tyson Fury wanted to do whatever he wanted to do. Shit, I mean, he made that decision. Even when his team didn't make the decision, he made the decision. So I'm like, who goes against the team that you pay to make fights and say there's no fight if you wanted to fight? Now make sense. You want your team to draft paperwork, to make sure paperwork and wording like a fucking underwriter. And you're paying these people to do that, right? This company, Tyson Fury, is paying out of his pocket. Who do you think pays those underwriters, those lawyers, you know, those people of logistics? Who do you think pays them? Tyson does. So Tyson was paying all this money to some people that's supposed to help him get a fight that he claimed that he wanted because he went to social media and called out Anthony Joshua 60-40, right? And anybody that with common sense could tell that when you get over the biggest hurdles in a debate, small things shouldn't stop that fight. You know what I mean? That shouldn't even be like, what was the biggest debate? The rematch clause and the split. It was something else, wasn't it? But even that was resolved. Oh, signing the contract. You know, how long will it take for the contract? So that's easy. You move the goalpost. Oh, well, how long is it going to take? No, I ain't waiting that long. But motherfucker, the biggest things were supposed to be resolved. So I don't buy any of this shit, honestly. And then he sends Derek Chisora a contract to the same company that was working on Anthony Joshua as a smokescreen. And then he says, see, let me tell you, that's exactly what, you see how fast Chisora signed it? No, Chisora took his fucking time. And 3 weeks went by before Chisora signed. You guys know that, right? I think it's all a bunch of bullshit, though, honestly. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. And he doesn't know Joshua. Joshua might have came in there after them fucking Usyk fights and beat the fuck out of Tyson Fury. Because he's like, okay, he's not as short, he's not as quick, he's not as elusive, he's easier to hit. Bars. I'm going to beat the shit out of him. And if AJ beats up Tyson Fury, AJ will be right back on top. And we don't know what'll happen to Tyson Fury. You know? Then the next fight we want to see is Wilder versus Joshua. St. Don, I went beating last week, and the keeper gave me some venison and pheasant. Oh, venison's good though. Maine blue blood layer the blueprint. Okay. I don't know what that means, but all right. Frank Sanchez versus Jarrell Miller. I got Frank Sanchez. He's too quick. Jarrell Miller ain't been in there with quality opposition, if any. Let's just be real. Jarrell Miller ain't really fought a lot of people. Dudapas, mediocre. Bogdan Dinu, mediocre. You know, I haven't really. Jarrell Miller, when he was going to step up, he fucked up. When Jarrell Miller was going to step up, he fucked up. He had all these drugs in his system, all these supplements. That motherfucker was ready to go. Now, if nah, I just wonder what the hell he was thinking. Like, dude, what made you think you could do what you did? You know, what makes you think that you could get away with all that shit you had in your system? You guys know that his trainer told him, his coach was like, dude, I know what you're doing and I don't approve. But he wasn't a snitch. He didn't snitch out his fighter, which, you know, who would do that? You know what I mean? Because the fighter got to pay him. So if he gets away with it, he ain't going to say shit. But it lets you also know that in most cases, those trainers know what those fighters are taking, or what, you know, they know what they're doing. They're aware of the things that they do in preparation for a fight. They're aware of the supplements. They're aware if it's illegal substances. They are aware. Was it Panama Lewis? He knew what the fuck Louis Resto was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Fucking Panama Lewis. Shit, he was the one who took the gloves out. You honestly think Floyd Money Mayweather could beat Keith Thurman at the time? I don't know. See, and guess what? We'll never fucking know, will we? We'll never know. Simon Brandy, I've always thought a confident AJ beats Fury. AJ versus Wilder, though, that's a harder fight for AJ. Fury is a cherry picker, just like Floyd. Well, you know, he parallels himself to Floyd a lot. And mark my words, if Tyson Fury never fights Usyk, if he never fights Usyk, you know, appreciate that super chat, that 5 pounds. Appreciate the love, Simon. Keep them coming, bro. He's done what, and he never fights Joe Joyce. He never fights Daniel Dubois. He never fights Anthony Joshua. What in his legacy would make him great? Better yet, make him greatest of all time. That's my thing. That's my thing. So I'm like, what's up with that? You know, you beat Chisora 3 times, you beat Wilder 3 times. I'm the greatest. The WWW. Vladimir White Wilder. And that's fucked up how he did. You know, there's a lot of comparisons, a lot of similarities, career-wise, to what Floyd did and Tyson Fury. You want me to break them down, guys? Let me do so. It's easy. Vladimir Klitschko was the cash cow. Vladimir Klitschko was the king. Vladimir Klitschko was that unified champion. He was the guy to beat, right? So Tyson Fury got the fight with him and outpointed him. Had a rematch clause and bailed the fuck out. Floyd Mayweather had the same thing. Oscar De La Hoya was the cash cow. Oscar De La Hoya was the guy to beat. Oscar De La Hoya was the guy with the torch. He was the golden Olympian, just like Vladimir, right? Okay. Floyd beat him to a fucking split decision win. Very close. He had a rematch clause. Guess what? He didn't take that fight either. The motherfucker retired. Did Tyson Fury retire? Tyson Fury retired, okay? Just like Floyd Mayweather did. Didn't Floyd Mayweather come back? Sure he did. After Oscar was gone, after the contract was truly expired, yeah. Just like Tyson Fury did. Tyson Fury came back to the sport after Vladimir Klitschko retired, right? There you go. He's like, dude, I didn't want no more of that, and I got my ass beat by AJ, and I put up a good effort. I tried my best. I did my best, and he did damn good. Vladimir deserves some praise because I thought Vladimir was going to beat AJ. I picked it. AJ. I'm glad I didn't bet on that shit. Joyce, Triple D aren't in his era though. DJ Sauce, are you really trying to be funny? Are you fucking with me? Joyce is fucking 37, bro. He's 4 years older than Tyson Fury. How the fuck he ain't in his era? Stop. I hope you're kidding. I hope you're kidding on that. I think you are. You kidding. I'm like Alexander Usyk. He's kidding. I think Joyce beats Usyk second time around. He may. And that would be crazy as fuck. Because everybody has their number. And like that would probably be like Pacquiao Marquez. See, Pacquiao was kicking everybody else's ass except for Marquez. Marquez was a guy that was on the heels of Manny Pacquiao. But they just fought 4 times though. Kurt, who do you have winning? You have Wilder versus AJ, I think, 50-50. But favorite Wilder. Well, Wilder, you know, it's easier for Wilder to land a right hand versus AJ because it's dangerous. It's just you can just see Wilder landing a right hand and just ending the day. Yeah, Zhilei Zhang versus Daniel Dubois. I give it 6 rounds. But see, understand, Daniel Dubois can punch, bro. And he's a young, big motherfucker, too. He's not a... See, Daniel Dubois is actually the size that Anthony Joshua works out to be, if that makes sense. See, Daniel Dubois is naturally a big boy. Anthony Joshua's not. Anthony Joshua is just a muscled up motherfucker because he trains all the time. Daniel Dubois is actually that size. So it's like natural. That motherfucker's big boned. You know, it's just like Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is naturally big boned. Who has Triple D KO'd worth a damn, Kurt? Nobody really. Knocked out Anthony Joshua in sparring though. But no, you're right. He hasn't really knocked out anybody, and why do you think I picked Joe Joyce to beat him when they did fight? I mean, who was Trevor Bryant? He was a guy with a regular title. It wasn't a super title. Triple G versus Anderson. I think Anderson has better boxing ability. I just want to know what happens if he hits Anderson and hurts him. You know, how will Anderson react? Will he have the instinctive skills to hold, survive? You know, what will he do? Because a lot of that comes with experience, man. He never knocked AJ out or did Price. That's the word around the campfire, man. Joyce beat a better Parker. Well, I mean, it didn't matter. I mean, he was the only one that stopped Parker. Nobody else could do that. Parker's only 30 years old, man. So, you guys talking like Parker's 37, 38. Mike Tyson would have beaten Wilder. I think he would have. The speed, the angles, you know. Price beat Fury in the amateurs, mate. Well, There's a lot of fights Tyson Fury should have fought though in them 3 years though, you know. He could have fought David Haye, he could have fought David Price, he could have fought Tony Bellew. A lot of those fights didn't happen, man. See, I think, you know, that 3 years took more from Tyson Fury than you realize. You see, in Tyson Fury's mind, he's like, well, I haven't been beaten. But honestly, you just, you know, you just got a lot of eyes on your resume because you got a lot of incompletes because you never fought a lot of guys. No, you didn't lose by them. You just never fought them. But that doesn't warrant your being the best. You just have a lot of empty tests. Bars. That's it. That's what I feel about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury took that time off, you know, he's all fucked up. He should have just went to fucking rehab, honestly. That's what he should have done. He should have went to rehab for 6 months or whatever to get himself back in order. You know, instead of spiral out of control. I just wonder how he got so fucking fat if he was doing coke. You know? Slamming broads, you know, he's a young guy at that time, man. How old was Tyson Fury? In his 20s when that shit popped off? Because he's only 34 now, right? So, you know, he's 34. He came back to the sport 4 years ago, so that put him at 30. He took 3 years off, so that means all this shit happened when he was 27. Kurt, Triple D versus Tricky Kevin Lorena. Who you got? I don't know who Kevin Lorena is. Mental health is a mother sucker. Yeah, so is a fucking addiction, which is also mental health. See, mental health, I think, is a cop-out. It's like a general statement you say about anything that you should be more specific about because you don't want people to judge you in a certain way. Now, if it was just Tyson Fury, just being a cokehead and a drug addict, well, how would people look at that? They would look at that like, damn, this motherfucker's a crackhead. Whereas you could say, hey, I got mental health issues going on, man. My mind ain't right. Your mind ain't right because you're fucking addicted to drugs. You know what I mean? You know, so that may be more than likely what your problem is. You know, I have mental health issues. What's going on with you? I have post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, that's more specific, isn't it? Those are the differences. So a lot of people saying, oh man, I got mental health issues. They just don't want to tell you exactly what the fuck's going on with them. No, but don't get me wrong. It's all mental health because it all has to deal with psychological. It's a mental thing. Drug addiction is a mental thing. Okay? Yeah, that's a mental problem, bro. So fat, slower, twice defeated. Older Parker is better than an undefeated younger. Well, I mean, it don't matter. It don't matter if he was undefeated or not. That motherfucker was 30 years old. Now, and look, at this stage, right, I don't really look at what you can't do or, hey, how fighters diminish. Because if you're 30 years old, bro, and he's decided to be like David Tua, that's his fucking problem. You know, I think what happened to Joseph Parker got too comfortable. Joseph Parker, you know, started eating too well. He started eating steaks instead of just fish. He was partying too much. I think Joseph Parker's a cool, mellow fellow. But I think, like most cool, mellow fellows from islands, if you're Polynesian, Micronesian, right, wherever you're from, which would be Polynesian, or Kiwi, right? They party, bro. You know what I mean? Dude, I know, bro. I grew up around Islanders, and then they're short, they're stocky, they're powerful, but when they get older, if they don't work out, they're fucking lazy and they get fat, a lot of them. I mean, they're strong, naturally strong as shit. They punch you like David Tua, they will knock you in the next week. David Tua is probably one of the hardest punchers in the heavyweight division. However, David Tua got fat. David Tua was just overweight, bro. He just loved eating. The motherfuckers would eat Kelloggin and adobo and estufao and, you know, all types of shit. Finny Denny shit I'm pretty sure some of you guys heard of, but, you know, Polynesian, like, dishes, bro. Macaroni with mayonnaise and shit, man. Why not? I must be part Polynesian. You know, a whole 18 months younger. Remember David Tua knocked out John Ruiz into next week. Yeah, I remember that. It lasted probably all of, man, I don't know, a minute, maybe 50 seconds, something like that. Poor John, man. I know he's haunted by that shit too, because John Ruiz was actually a champion. David Tua was never a champion. He was never a world champion. So was Michael Moore. Listen, David Tua knocked out Michael Moore, knocked out John Ruiz, stopped Hasim Rahman, their first fight, which, to be fair, that first fight, bro, it wasn't, that first fight, I don't think that was a fair stoppage. Even though he was, you know, a lot of people have mixed feelings about Hasim Rahman taking on David Tua, but David Tua still got the win that made him #1, mandatory for Lennox Lewis's belt. It was just the problem was with Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, when those guys were fighting, they robbed Lennox Lewis, right? So they had to fight again. And during this time, David Tua just kind of hung back and chilled out. Motherfucker went from 220 to 253. Like, what the fuck? You gained 30 pounds? What you been doing? I've been eating pussy. It's good. Joseph, don't you think it's good? I think it's good. I think it's good. I eat it a lot too. Like, dude, come on. 19 seconds, David Tua KO'd in night. Damn. He knocked out Michael Moore the same way. Another former champion, bro. David Tua knocked a lot of champions' ass out. I mean, it would have been bad, too. He'll hit you and just... And you're like, damn, David. Where's this tenacity against Chris Bird or Lennox Lewis? You know, guys like that. Where was this tenacity at? But any given poor bastard going in there against David Tua and he hits you, he's going to knock you out. You know, David Tua, here's the problem with David Tua. David Tua was just too nice. He was a humble guy, you know, nice, God-fearing guy, you know. And that was the problem. He didn't have that Mike Tyson, I'm going to kill you, eat your kids, motherfucker. I'm going to eat your kids, motherfucker. Lennox Lewis. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Yeah, they love bloody spam, don't they? Shit. You want a spam sandwich? Like, what? Sure. Yeah, man. You know, I actually ate a spam sandwich like about a few months ago. I bought some turkey spam. I don't know how much turkey's in the shit, but I bought some turkey spam. It wasn't half bad. I put some olive oil down, got some Mrs. Dash and some black pepper, and pan-seared that shit in olive oil. Or was it avocado oil? One of them. James Tony versus David Tua. I don't know, because see, if Tony can get away from him, and I think he can avoid big shots from David Tua, but then it don't take but one. Because see, Samuel Peter was a heavy hitting guy, and James Toney just didn't have the punching power to keep him honest. I mean, he could hit him all day, but James Toney wasn't a heavyweight. Even though that guy that wasn't a true heavyweight stopped Evander Holyfield. I mean, he was when James Toney stopped Evander Holyfield. Yeah, it was time for Holyfield to give it up, bro. He caught that man with a body shot. And then, you know, you have to keep in mind, James Toney had an accident. Like, I think he got in a car accident and broke his leg, so that set him back a while. Spam is good. Spam is good. I love spam. James Toney was sick. Was a slick motherfucker and had a chin of iron. Yeah, he was tough. I like what he did to Vasily Jurov. Jurov was a Russian fighter, and he really put him in. Really gave it to him. Just being slick, dude. Shoulder rolls. Bap! You know. Because Vasily Jurov was just this headstrong Russian that he was a southpaw. He was rugged and he was awkward. But he was tough and he was very durable. And he had this shot where he had a straight left to your body. And since he's a southpaw, he can catch you with that shot, right? And that shot will put you out. David Tua was one of them naturally huge guys, legs and tree trunks. Yep. Like, if Manny Pacquiao was a heavyweight, he would have legs like David Tua. David Tua, yeah, that motherfucker, man, I used to love David Tua, bro. Tua the Terminator, the throwing Samoan, the Tua man. Dude, I used to love David Tua, man. I was so upset. I think that's why I don't like Lennox Lewis. I think Lennox Lewis beat up all the guys that like were my favorite fighters. Lennox Lewis beat up. I like Holyfield. He beat up Holyfield. I like Mike. He knocked Mike Tyson out. I like David Tua. He beat David Tua. That's what it was about Lennox Lewis. I was looking for somebody to knock him out. Nobody really did except for Rahman, and I loved it. I was like, mashallah. You know, I was just like, thank you, Lord. You know, because I was happy, bro. I was happy when he, like, yeah. When he got caught in Johannesburg, I was happy as shit. And then he got up, he's still a dick. Kurt, be real. You know there's much more better qualities of heavyweights than the Klitschko's. Yeah. Harder shot, Tua left hook or Wilder straight right. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe David Tua's. But I don't know. I mean, straight right is kind of... No. I don't know. Because... I don't know. I have no idea, bro. I think they're about the same. But David Tua can hit you and knock you out with a right hand, too. This motherfucker learned from Joe Goosen that he could also throw a right hand. That's what he knocked Frezzo Kendo out with. Rockdale in the house. Counterpunch to you. Order shot. How, when most of the Vlad era was ranked in the ring top 10 in this era? Because I don't know, man. I don't know. It was like I hated watching Vladimir. I hated watching, like, when them two motherfuckers came on the scene. I'm like, these dudes are really boring. And all we saw was Klitschko beat up another possible heavyweight. Like David Haye, I thought David Haye was gonna do something. He got his ass beat up too. Like guys like Lawrence Claybay, Clifford Etienne, Lamont Brewster actually got a win over, was it like Vitaly or Vladimir? Can't remember. But I was really a fan of Clifford the Black Rhino Etienne. And he was like this dude that he had this prison-like physique, bald-headed, you know. And Fresno Kendo upset this motherfucker. It was like the hardest fight in history. Because Fresno Kendo was throwing these overhand rights, and really a lot of his shots were behind the head or behind the ears, you know. Frez the Big O Kendo. I remember him. Yeah, Lennox Lewis was the GOAT. Yeah, I couldn't stand that motherfucker, man. Yeah, you call that a punch? I don't even call that that left hook. David Tua, he didn't hit that. My kick could hit better than that, bigger than that. He said some shit like that. It made me so angry. I'm like, dude, he didn't catch you flush. And I wanted him to knock out Lewis so bad, bro. I remember, man, I was with an ex, man, and this happened in 2000, right? So I was like late teenagers and shit. And I was working at Walmart. And I never forget this shit because my daughter was just born. My daughter's in the Army now, right? And it was like I had made all this, I had all this island food and shit laid out. Yeah, I was pissed off, bro. When I saw that fight, I was so devastated because Lennox Lewis was just fucking mixing David Tua. David Tua sitting there smiling like a fucking idiot. Like, what are you smiling for? And David Tua, though, it just showed me how conditioning can affect you, especially when you think all I have to do is throw the left hand. I smell blood. I smell fear. You didn't smell shit that night, but that fucking glove that Lennox Lewis kept fucking punching you with, you dumb bastard. Respect to your daughter, bro. I'm ex-Army. All right. Counterpunch to you. Canned ham spam comes the front shoulder of the hog. Oh yeah? Okay. I had all this shit, man. I had some like hamburger helper and shit, and I had a lot of beer. Cause I used to drink a shitload of beer back then, man. Better guys around now for sure than the Vlad era. Fury, Usyk, AJ, Wilder, Joyce, White, Anderson, Dubois, Ruiz, Sanchez. How many times did Vlad beat guys like that during his reign? Not very often. I don't know, because you see, you have to understand though. I don't like eras. I think because he was so dominant, those guys were so dominant that. And then they had weird contracts, man. You beat one, you gotta fight the other one. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, wow. Why would I have to fight the other motherfucker? You know, like, damn. So if AJ beat Vlad, you'd have to fight Vitaly? That's fucking crazy. You know, Vitaly was retired at that time, but you know, I think Vitaly would have beat the shit out of AJ. You know what I mean? You know, because Vitaly was a different beast, bro. He wasn't. See, Vlad was timid at times, but he wasn't in that fight. like I told you guys, man, I got a good friend. Shout out to Tim Smith, one of my stunt brothers, right? This cat watches UFC most of the time. Well, that fight came on between AJ and Vlad. He was like, because he thinks boxing's boring. And that fight came on. He was just like, man, did you see that fight? I was like, yeah, I saw it. Man, it was a really good fight. Damn, normally bored, but I thought that was good, man. It was exciting all the way through it. Yeah, my boy Tim, man. Shout out to Tim. But yeah, I mean, that just lets you know, like, that was a lit fucking fight. It was really good. You know? I showed my friend's mom, and she watched that shit all the way through, like, wow, look at that, you know? So, you know, I got her up on speed on boxing, you know what I mean? Fury beats Usyk. Fury can beat Usyk, I guess, you know? But I think Usyk will end up beating Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's gonna talk a bunch of shit, and he's gonna, and I think he'll be ready though. I think Tyson's not gonna fuck around. And if he does, he's mincemeat. If he comes in down there 300 pounds, he's gonna get beat up. People think, oh, the bigger he is, the better. No, that's not gonna be Tyson Fury, because once he's gonna have to deal with punches and a guy that I'm not even really concerned with, like, oh, he's just big and he's gonna be able to beat up. No, I think Wilder was a battered soul anyway, and Wilder couldn't defend himself like guys like Usyk can, guys like I think Joshua can. Wilder doesn't have that type of defense. So when you seen Tyson beat the shit out of him, and then we all knew White's chin all fucked up. He can't take uppercuts. So that factor. Then you got Wilder that really don't have defensive, like that motherfucker throw a punch and, you know, his idea of fucking blocking is not moving his head, is putting his guard up. Then, you know, and Wilder, I mean, Fury has these damn long ass arms and shit, long gorilla arms. So he'll throw and you think he won't catch it, but he does. I agree, Kurt. Usyk beats Fury. He will make Fury look slow. The Cunningham fight shows how Tyson will struggle. Well, that's a good barometer. You know, and if anything, Tyson Fury hasn't got faster. He's just learned how to punch with more authority. He learned how to sit down on his punches. You know, will that help him in fights like with Usyk? It could, when he decides, look, I can't outbox Usyk. I'm going to just try to fucking maul him. That's where the fight's gonna be. But if he tries to pull that shit like I'm a better boxer and I'm a better all around and I'm gonna squash him and shit, he's gonna get his ass ate up with left hands, right hooks, left shot, straight lefts to the body, you know, and he's gonna be worried too much about what Usyk's doing instead of what he could be doing. I think it's gonna be a good fight though, because I see Tyson Fury though. I see Tyson Fury, shorter guy, uppercut. You know? Cunningham fight was 9 years ago. That's right. 9 years ago, so that put him at like 25, 26 years old. I think Fury stops Usyk. People say Fury is unproven, but Usyk is pretty unproven at heavyweight. Himself, Chisora, and AJ, that's it. Well, I mean, I've seen Usyk. If you want to talk about proven, same motherfucker we praising right now. Big ass Joe Joyce is the juggernaut. We've seen Usyk fucking take it to him. He took shots from Usyk, from Joyce. I think that'd be, man, I can't wait for that fight though. And one thing, I will be very upset. Look, we've already lost Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence for now. That fight ain't happening. If we lose Tyson Fury versus Usyk, I'm probably gonna turn off my station. Fuck it, because I mean it wouldn't be anything worth. You know, sure, you know, you got a lightweight, nothing going on at welterweight really. You know what I'm saying, right? Because of the obvious. Super welterweight, really nothing fucking happens at super welterweight anymore. Middleweight, same shit. What happens really at middleweight? Jaime Munguia, we supposed to have Jaime Munguia versus Jamal Charlo. We never got that shit. So next, right? We might get Chris Eubank Jr. versus Triple G. But who the fuck wants to see Triple G at this point? This dumb motherfucker is too old, and only the hardest fighter he fought was Derevyanchenko. Well, that does nothing for you, dickhead, because Jamal has fought him, and Jamal ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought enough. And Triple G fighting guys like Steve Rolls. Come on, bro. Nobody gonna give a fuck about those fights. 168 was lit because Canelo went there. And he went there, and the people that were there were pretty badass. You know, Billy Joe was still undefeated. He was at 168. Callum Smith was undefeated. He was at 168. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Caleb Plant. He was undefeated, and he was at 168. And all of these guys were fucking champions. You know? So, yeah, like everybody, and most of those guys, except for Callum Smith and Caleb Plant, because I think both of those guys were at 168. Everybody else came from 160. So they left 160 and they moved to 168, and they were like, you know what? Fuck it. This is where I'm going to stay. You know? Joe Joyce was a novice when he fought Usyk, only started boxing 4 years prior to that. Okay. Well, I would like to see that rematch, but I would only like to see that rematch when it's undisputed. But Joe Joyce, man, he's a different type of cat, though. Joe Joyce is, you know, I want to see Joe Joyce fighting guys like Andy Ruiz and see if he can put Andy Ruiz out. I think that would be a war, bro. A short, faster fighter with a chin taking on Joe Joyce. Slower, relentless fighter with a chin. It has a good punch. I mean, Joe Joyce, too, will fucking beat you up. Better stamina, and he's older. I don't know, man. Maybe that's just genetic. But then again, if he's a novice, maybe Joe Joyce, being 37, you know, maybe he can fight the same way until he's at least 40. Sanchez versus Joe Joyce would be a great fight. Yeah. If Sanchez comes in like he did last time, Joe Joyce is going to catch up with him and not stop him like he did Joseph Parker. And I don't know what's wrong with these fighters, these boxers. They think heavier is better. You know, at the expense of your stamina and your agility and your endurance. That's what it is. Yep, we're in a traffic jam. Joe Joyce was a novice. Okay. Joyce is a Terminator. Dillian White said he wants nothing to do with Joyce. Yeah, I heard that motherfucker say that, and I'm like, dude, why not? You supposed to be the can man. Anybody can get it, right? So I don't get it, man. I don't really understand a lot of those. Like, you don't want that. Because you know Joyce will knock him out. You know? Joyce already stopped Dubois. What the fuck you think he gonna do to Dillian White? Dillian White picked a hand-picked guy and looked fucking beatable. Can you imagine what Joe Joyce does to this version of White? Knocks him out. And then what will be fucked up when White realizes that I can't knock this motherfucker out with his left hook? I mean, White, I don't think he'll fight him, but I think, you know, I mean, because if he's saying stuff like that, but it just makes that just makes you question a fighter all the way through. Because I think, I don't care what anybody says, Luis Ortiz in 2018 would have beat that Dillian White in 2018. And then, you know, he has one hell of an uppercut too. Look what he did to damn, was it Glenn? No. Trevor Bryant, not Trevor Bryant, but the Philly fighter that fought Vladimir Klitschko. After this past Saturday, White has a lot of respect. He lost a lot of respect. Yeah. It is what it is, guys. I have never seen Joyce slow down. Haven't seen him speed up either. He's constantly gonna beat your ass. He's like a slow cooker. He just keeps cooking. Wilder smokes White. I think he always would have smoked White though. He just knocked White out. Caught White with some shit. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder and put Andy Ruiz versus Dillian White on the undercard. Yeah, that would be dope. That would probably be the best card of that time frame. Joyce has one speed. That's it. Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. No, I think Ruiz stops White inside 8. I don't know. Because Ruiz is fast, but so is, Jermaine Franklin. I'd like to see that fight, though. How it would, But you just got to watch those rabbit punches from Ruiz. You got to watch them. Because Ruiz will pull a fast one on you. He'll catch you with a left hook to the face and then give you a right hook right behind your fucking back of your head. And if that ref is not careful, that ref is going to do exactly that. Joyce all the way wrong for White, honestly. White got a bad gas tank. Joyce got a great one. Vulnerable chin versus granite chin. Joyce stronger too, so White can't bully him around. Nope. Just get beat up. Yep. Ruiz does like to bat at people's eyes. The ones behind their ears. Yep. I like to throw it wide. It's not cheating. If the ref says nothing. Yo, in the gym, Kurt, first time in the 3 weeks. Damn. Julian Falcon, get it in, brother. I worked out yesterday. I felt good after that workout too. So, that's a good thing. And Ruiz goes for temple shots. Yep, temple and beyond. Like White and those slap punches he was throwing against Franklin. Yeah, you'll chopping ass shots. It's like, damn. I feel weak. Do some squats, bro. Squats are good for you. Put some respect on Franklin's name. Absolutely. Kurt, didn't AJ complain about back of the head shots from Ruiz? I don't know if he did. I don't think Anthony Joshua complained too much about any fucking thing. I know Luis Ortiz did when Wilder was whacking his ass like that. Damn, what is it, a wreck or what the fuck? I mean, it's like, you guys check this out. This is what I'm going through right now. And it must be bad too, because if you look at the service roads has like traffic, back-to-back traffic. So I don't know, what the hell? Like Tally was the best at throwing temple shots. They mess up your equilibrium. Absolutely. All right, when Joyce faces real hard hitters such as Wilder and Joshua, we'll see how that brain shakes. That is true. Yeah, he wasn't Wilder. 50 excuses. Big time traffic. Yeah, it's big time traffic, bro. I'm just trying to see where it's at. Like, how far up is it? Dude, especially when you go through like 10 minutes of this shit. You're like driving real slow. It's crazy. It is crazy. Network, I don't think they give a shit. You think the networks care about what the fans think? They just want the return on money and shit like that. Macaulay sparred AJ and Triple D, and he says that Triple G hits harder. Yeah, I mean, Triple D's a fucking beast, dude. Okay, that's it. That's what's going on. It's a fucking lane is out because of... Let's see, guys. Let's see what's going on. So you guys can see what I can see. Looking at my ugly mug, showing you what's going on. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so, and this is the stupidest shit. Look what they done. You motherfuckers take 2 lanes to do what? What happened? Look at that. They got 2 whole lanes out. So everybody merged into 1 lane, and they took 2. So let's see what the hell is going on in Robinson, Texas. This is Robertson, Texas. We're gonna do what we need to do. Sir, get out of your car. Don't make any sudden movements, or I will shoot you. Oh shit. Is that what I think? No. What the fuck is this? Alright, so we have another police car. We have a fire truck. Okay. Let's see, guys. Let's see what we got here. We got a fire truck. We got 2 fucked up vans. Was this on fire or what? Damn, I guess they burst into flames. Yeah, I know, right? That's what the whole thing is about. Now Waco's 19 minutes away. I'm like, shit, Waco was like 17 minutes away back there. Lost 15 minutes. Go figure. Great. But anyway, we're back rolling, guys. Full effect. I was like, getting tired. What are you, top 5? Pound for pound rankings. Kurt, mine are Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Henry Armstrong, Willie Pep, Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Louis, who else? Roy Jones. Lennox Lewis, Manny Pacquiao. Never underestimate how government can make a bad situation worse. Really, because Joshua dropped Ruiz pretty hard. In their first fight. Wasn't Ruiz lighter for Ariola? Yeah, he was. But also understand something, that was 2 different time frames. Ruiz was starting to drop weight like a crackhead. And, you know, Ariola was actually in good shape naturally. He was in better shape than he was probably most of his career. boxers in Texas we should pay attention to? Well, the Charlos are back that way. But I mean, I don't know if you want to pay attention to them. I don't know. That's a good fight. With Andy Ruiz and Ali. Ruiz ain't that big of a puncher, honestly. Just those temple shots. Probably has similar punching power to Fury. Decent, but not crazy. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, Fury, I mean, Ruiz just throws a lot of fucking illegal shots. People just let him get away with it. And they try to justify it if someone's head's bent over or down or, you know, but that's how your head's supposed to be. It's supposed to cuff your chin, right? So I think that's stupid as fuck, too. Anyway, that's crazy. Joshua beat Joyce face while boxing him, gassing up a fat, slow Parker win. I'll say we'll see now, bro. We'll see, Broham. You know? That's the floating rib shot, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Floating rib shot. So I'm in the outskirts of Waco. I'm gonna get one of these badass burgers from down here. Yeah, it's gonna be epic. So then I'm gonna do another live stream here in probably an hour after I reconvene. So you guys stay tuned for that. And I will be back for the volume 2 of the road trip because I still got about 4 hours, something like that. So stay tuned for that, guys. Stay tuned for volume 2. Me signing off. Wait, let me see if I can put this in because I can drive up to the spot. Okay, cup drive in, cup drives. Oh, cool. It's 3 minutes away. All right. $3.34, eh? Kind of sound like Al Bundy. Hey. Be safe out there, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hit that like. Yeah, this is my let's see, man, yeah, 3, 4, 8. Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna log off and then I'm gonna come back on with another live stream, volume 2 of the road trip. I'm going to put on my community this burger. This burger is 8-1. I'm gonna get a triple decker burger. I haven't ate anything today because I knew I was gonna eat this shit up. So that's what I'm going to put in my system today. So look for the community. Tell me what you think on the comments. Until then, everybody has been counterpunched. Peace.